Yes.
And I heard that the motor was making 17 pounds more for the tour.
Absolutely.
You know, there was a good discussion the other night on Langley Austin's show, Race22.com radio.
That's right, Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Yep.
Yes, sir. Lee Falk was on there, and Lee brought up some really good points. And Wesley, you know, I don't understand. you know my race car and how we've got it put together. You put it together like you did back in the '60s.
That's right.
You know, so I don't understand this. These boys, they've got engines that are worth 3 or 4 more times than my whole race car.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah.
I hope they do get it under control. If the Miss Hot Rod has told me she would buy me those $1,000 spindles if I wanted them.
I heard that.
So I can, so I can get them, Wesley. But I'm not going to be able to spend $24,000 for an engine.
Absolutely.
It just isn't going to happen.
Has the expense of the sport has gotten so ridiculous? It's hurt it, hasn't it? I mean, from somebody like you said, you're seeing $30,000-$40,000 motors more. I mean, even in the dirt racing industry, we're not even talking about dirt late models. Dirt late models, super late models, put $60,000-$70,000 in these super motors. World of Outlaw sprint car motors, the same.
Think about it. Think about it, Wesley. I can remember going to Bobby Allison race engines,
right,
and buying an engine. It must have been, and I didn't buy it. Some friends of mine that I went down with bought it and paid Bobby Allison $10,000 in 1973 money. And now that $10,000 in 1973 money is well over, I would say well over $100,000 just to rent an engine. And I know that's probably low.
Yes.
You know, it can get ridiculous. It sure can.
Absolutely.
Especially in the Cup stuff.
Definitely. We got to figure out a way for certain to cut the costs down. We have to. Because I feel if we don't cut the costs down, the too much expenses is what's hurting the sport. It's happening. It's happening on the touring levels. It's happening on NASCAR. It's happening on the regional, the weekly tracks, dirt, asphalt, drag racing, karting. It doesn't matter. The expense is what's hurting our sport.
It has, and it seems like you have just as much fun. Now, just from talking to a mutual friend of ours, Adam Resnick.
Yes.
Last year's champion down at the coast at the Emerald Coast Carteret County Speedway.
Yes, they start up next weekend, by the way.
In the 4-cylinders, they crank up next weekend.
Yes, sir.
He had just as much fun in that little 4-cylinder, he told me, as he did in the big car.
Right.
Now, I haven't even practiced my big car yet, but I think I'm about there. I got to blow my tires up and charge my battery, and I'll be ready to go a little bit.
So are you going to race? Are you going to race this year?
Yeah, I'm going to race this year. Yep, June the 28th. Yep. So come on out to Wake County Speedway, and we'll have fun. Which we have fun every night out there anyway. But I'm going to have some fun that night.
You know what? Yeah. I might be able to make it out there that night. Friday night, is it Friday night, June 28th? Because I have a race with MAV TV on Saturday, June 29th at Lakeview.
Cool. Yes, come out if you can, Wesley. If not, I will send you some video. I'm sure that I'll have somebody there. I think I'll have Mr. Hollywood, Jacob Smith, if I can
gotcha.
Get up with him and he'll do some in-car stuff for us.
That's awesome. So where do you race on? Are you running a late model or a street stock? Or
I'm going to run with the old timers.
Okay.
Now, they're running this weekend. Yeah, they are down in Dillon, South Carolina this Saturday.
I'll be there, actually.
So there's action all around.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're going to be in Dillon this weekend.
I will. I'll be there Saturday. I'm going to be at the NASCAR truck race at Martinsville, and then whenever it's done, I'm going to hightail it down there to Dillon, South Carolina as fast as I can. Yep. That's the plan.
Good. Till Ron Belfield and all those fine people, Mac Tatum and all the rest of them, they're going to have a great show down there this weekend. So you tell them all Mike Ray said, hey.
I'm just glad that the weather forecast looks good for the weekend. That's
we're going to have good weather.
Sick of the rain. Sick of the rain.
No, sir. It's not. I'm hoping and praying that 2019 will be better than 2018 or 2017.
Now, we're going to wrap things up here with Mike Ray here in just a few moments. Mike, before I let you go, my friend, let everybody know how they can follow you on the world of social media, and we appreciate you being on Finish Line this afternoon.
Okay, thank you so much, Wesley. Yeah, Talking Racing with Mike Ray on Facebook. My Twitter handle is TRMikeRay1. My email address is trmikeray@gmail.com, and I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the show. So thank you so much, Wesley. Enjoy talking to you. Call me anytime, son. I'm so happy and proud of you. I have fun out there this weekend.
Absolutely. You tell Miss Hot Rod, Miss Sandra, Wesley says hello as well. We got to get together and do dinner or something sometime when I'm home.
That's right. That's right. When you're not on the road.
Yes, sir.
Good to talk to you, Wesley. Thank you so much.
We'll have you on again sometime. You take care, Mike Ray.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Mike Ray, again on the program, joining us and getting his thoughts of everything going on in the world of motorsports.
This is Finish Line.
We've got one more segment left to go here for the March 20th edition of Finish Line. Happy spring to you as well. So glad we could be able to get away from this miserable cold and frigid temperatures and all that. I hate the cold. Here's a true story. Spent 5 weeks down in Florida and Georgia, or southern Georgia and Florida. Got back from there and, came back home, and it was just absolutely miserable. Absolutely miserable. I hated it. I'm just a fan of warm weather. I'm actually thinking of maybe sometime soon moving and relocating down to Florida. I think I'd like living in Florida. I really do. I think I would, without a shadow of a doubt, because of the differences of the temperatures. A lot of races going on this weekend. Mike Ray was just talking about it. East Carolina Motor Speedway, their season opener. Go out and support the Perry family and Donna Mercer and everybody at East Carolina Motor Speedway in Robertsonville. Southern National has the PRA Tours and the Southern Modified Racing Series. Dillon Motor Speedway with the vintage cars, vintage racing cars, and of course also the Challenger 1,000 to win AR event. That's actually going to be taped and recorded for television on Fox 43 in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Lakeview Motor Speedway cranks up this weekend. Friendship Motor Speedway, Carolina Speedway, and the Schuyler Troll Memorial. Cherokee Speedway, Lancaster Speedway, all across the country in the Southeast. The big boys in the world of outlaws will be at Duck River and, of course, also at Smoky Mountain Speedway with the Cajun Mini Stock Association. And joining us on the line is the driver of the car number 79 entry of Downtown Michael Brown, winner of the Carolina Clash Super Late Model Series opener at Lancaster Speedway and the Sika Crate Late Model as well. Doubling down for Downtown Michael Brown. Michael, welcome to the show, my friend. It's on Finish Line.
Thanks for having us. Glad to be on.
Always great seeing you, my friend. Of course, also another quick statistic. Michael Brown was the runner-up in the Fast Track World Championship at Virginia Motor Speedway last October. What do you think, Michael Brown? 50,000 to win Cup September, and it's going to be on MAV TV also.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Coming off a pretty strong run there last year, I feel like we can get the job done, and I'm just looking forward to doing it.
Definitely. So, Michael, talk about your big win over the weekend at Lancaster Speedway, not only in the Carolina Class Super Late Model event, but in a Pro Late Model as well with Sika.
Yes, sir. It was really it was an unbelievable weekend. To show up Friday, win the crate race Friday, and then unload Saturday and win both the crate and the super. 3 wins in a weekend.
Oh wow! Okay.
It was unbelievable. I'm just so fortunate to have such great people behind me. If it wasn't for that, none of this would be possible. So. You know how it is in the racing industry.
Yes,
it takes good people to be behind you, and I'm very fortunate for that.
Absolutely, and of course, I remember my colleagues and great folks at Speed 51 Network have got race highlights, in-depth post-race analysis, and stories on that awesome event, of course, at Lancaster Speedway. Tom Ryan, the videographer, I worked with him at Caraway on Sunday, and yep, I can tell he came back from Lancaster because the car looked like it surely did. They had that Carolina red clay dust over it. He said he still ain't gone to the car wash yet. So, but definitely, man. So an awesome performance, winning on Friday night and then turn around and winning two races on Saturday night. 3 wins in a row. That's a pretty good weekend for you. How much money did you pocket there in, was that almost $5,000-$6,000 payday in 2 days?
Yes, sir. I think it was $7,500 total.
There you go.
Between all cars.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the last time I saw you, I believe it was you ran an event at Cherokee Speedway, I think it might have been, and you raced with Dylan Brown, and you guys were flip-flopping back and forth, winner and runner-up finishes a couple of weeks ago as well at Gaffney, South Carolina.
Yes, sir. Dylan's a really hard-nosed racer as well. Enjoy racing with those guys.
Absolutely. Talk about just when you race a supercar, obviously 800 horsepower missile, a lot more power, balls to the wall, so to speak. But then when you get in a crate car, it's obviously 200-300 horsepower difference. How do you adapt to running the crate in the supercar and obviously winning with it?
Usually it takes me about a lap or so to get back acclimated to either the super versus the crate.
Okay.
But it's as good as my guys are. They give me a piece that drives very similar, other than the horsepower. Same steering wheel, same seat. Everything looks the same in my office. So all I have to do is just get used to the horsepower difference, and it really helped, too. I had it to my advantage that I was at my home track. I would say it would be more difficult at a track I wasn't as familiar with. But with Lancaster being 10 minutes from my house, and,
right.
I grew up racing about every division there, so I really had that on my side for sure.
And I'll tell you what, you've got an awesome relationship with Billy Hicks in the Hicks Motorsports Racing Stables. Just talk about how much help they put you in that B&H number 79 car, the Longhorn.
Yes, sir. It's Billy. He's been doing this forever, and he's, it's an honor to drive for someone that is as good as he is, and he's got the job done for so many years. So just being able to be chosen to drive his car was a huge thing for me, and man, it's unbelievable the knowledge that man has, and what he's able to share with me, on driving. It's helped me out tremendously and really stepped it up for me.
We're talking with, of course, downtown Michael Brown. Going to wrap things up here in about another 6 minutes or so for our March 20th edition of the Finish Line podcast. Remember, Cherokee Speedway, Sunday, March Madness. Speed 51 Network will have you covered with the pay-per-view coverage of the March Madness event. 12,000 win for the Southern All-Stars. I will be there doing working on announcer notes and coverage for MAV TV's broadcast of that race. Michael, will you be there? So in front of the MAV TV cameras racing on Sunday afternoon at Cherokee Speedway?
I will be. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Cool deal. So he'll be running the super late model portion of that event. 12,000 to win for the Southern All-Stars. That is the rescheduled event from a couple of weeks ago back on March the 10th. No, my apologies, not March the 10th. Let me go back and look at my schedule here. That the race was actually scheduled for March the 3rd. The race was scheduled for March the 3rd, but it got rained out. So it has been rescheduled for March the 24th. And, of course, that event will be on Speed51.com. In addition to that, Speed 51 will have coverage of the race at Carolina Speedway with the Fuel Racing Series. They'll have that. And they're also going to be covering the Ultimate Northeast Super Late Model Series program at Hagerstown Speedway at the Capitol Track in Maryland, at the Speed Palace of the Capitol in Maryland. That will be on Saturday, the 23rd. So the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, Speed 51, they got you covered. And, of course, check out and see downtown Michael Brown. He will be there in action. Also, highlights for the Ultimate Southeast Super Late Model Series at County Line Raceway. Michael, is Lancaster your favorite racetrack? Is that your favorite racetrack you get to race at, or is there another favorite you like?
I'd have to say I do lean towards the bigger places, the faster places. Lancaster, Virginia Motor Speedway, great place.
Yeah.
Great owners, just great facilities.